stone cold, stone cold. You see me standing, but I'm dying on the floor. Stone cold, stone cold. Maybe if I don't cry, I won't feel any more. Stone cold, baby. God knows I try to feel. You thought, didn't you? You thought, but you're never gonna hear me sing like dots on here. No, 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 no. What's up, CherishingFlo fam? Welcome back to my channel where we are all about positivity, love, being a girl boss, entrepreneurship, and everything in that vicinity. In today's video, I'm doing another Sunday story time. In today's story time, I'm going to be talking about the time that I cheated again. If you're not subscribed to this channel, then go ahead and subscribe and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any future girl boss videos. If you're not new to this channel, then thank you for being here. Welcome back. Thank you for loving me as much as I love you. Yeah, let's get into the video. So, this is going to be the second time that I cheated. In actuality, okay, you're going to actually hear the story. So basically, this was a mistake. This wasn't like the last time, the last I cheated story. The last I cheated story was intentional. I wanted to hurt him. I wanted to cheat on him. I wanted him to be heartbroken, all of that. But in this one, it was with somebody who I was really in love with. I really cared about him. I've done a story time about him before. It was the time that I was the other woman, and that was that guy who I was the other woman for. But this is before all of that happened, and we were really good, and he had always been really, really good to me. So basically, I was at a friend's house or at my dad's house. I don't remember where I was, but I was somewhere, and I was going to a party. It was my freshman year in high school. And I remember being at the party. I got really, really drunk. I mean, your girl got white girl wasted, okay? I was gone. And most of that night, I didn't remember. But I remember that after the fact, later that night, it was me, a couple of my friends, and there was a couple of other people, and there was this guy that I didn't really know, and there was this couple, people that I did know, but there was this one particular guy that I didn't know, and we were hitting it off pretty well, but not in like that romantic sense, but he was cool peeps. You meet somebody, they cool, they just happen to be of the opposite sex, but it wasn't like, I didn't think he was cute, so it was like, so we're all chilling, we're vibing, and we're all getting twisted together. And then finally, I start to die down. But eventually, we end up playing this game. I didn't remember what game we played. I think it was like Never Have I Ever, the drinking version. And boy, when I tell you that I got wasted, your girl was wasted. I was so gone. Like, I genuinely don't remember. It was like I was fine, and then I stood up and I was about to walk to the bathroom. It was like when I stood up, the whole world went. Like, it was so crazy. Like, I don't know. But after all of this, I blacked out. I didn't remember what happened. I didn't remember what was going on. I was so confused. I genuinely cannot tell you what exactly happened that night. But the next morning, I woke up. It was a Sunday morning. I remember this so vividly. I woke up and I was in the back of a pickup truck. Like, the little pickup trucks, they have like that little space where you can sit down in the back. So I was laid down on a blanket in the back of a pickup truck. And I was so confused. So I sit up and I'm looking around. It's like bright outside, birds chirping, tweet, 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 tweet. My phone is ringing. Like buzzing, because I was getting text messages from my boyfriend, and I was like looking at my phone, and I was about to text him back, and then I looked to my left, and that guy that I mentioned earlier that I hit it off with was laying next to me, and I was like, what the, like, I'm sitting there like in full blown, I immediately start crying because I'm sitting there like, why are we together? Why are we laying in the back of this thing? I was wearing a dress that night. I'm sitting there thinking like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. What the heck happened? So then he wakes up and he's looking at me, and he looked just as confused as I was. He was like, what's going on? Why are you in the back of my truck? Why am I in the back of my truck? And I'm like, so this is your truck? And he's like, yeah, this is my truck. And we looking at each other like, so I was like, do you remember what happened last night? And he's like, no, not really. I don't remember what happened. And he was like, yo. He was like, hold up, pause. He was like, did we? And I was like, are you telling me that you don't know? Like, do you feel like we've? And he was like, do you feel like we've? And I was like, I don't. He was like, but something must have happened because they're both laying here. Nobody else that we were with the night before was there. And we're sitting there just like, oh my God. Like, we flipping out. Like, we're just like, oh my God. Because he had a girlfriend. I had a boyfriend. And we had talked about that the night before too. And he was like, I've never done this before. And I was like, me neither. I'm confused. I literally was crying, just like bawling, like the ugly cry. Like, I was just like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm not this type of person. Why? Stupid as I tell you guys, I was so stupid. I don't know what. And the thing is, I don't remember what we were drinking, but somebody was like mixing drinks and stuff. And it didn't taste like alcohol at all. But when I tell you that I was white girl wasted, like I was worse than white girl wasted. I was blacked out drunk. Like I was effed up. So, and I've never actually been drunk like that ever again. I've been really white girl wasted before, like after that, but like I've never had an entire night just completely wiped away where I don't even remember bits and pieces of that night. I just remember the drinking part. Like I don't remember anything that happened after that. Like there are some nights where I only remember bits and pieces, but that was the only night I don't remember anything. So the next day, I immediately, like literally that Sunday, I went home. I was at my dad's house and I snuck out to go to a party. I remember I went to, and I say this because I didn't have service at my dad's house. No, it wasn't my dad's house because it was the next morning. My dad would have noticed the next morning. I don't remember where I was, but I didn't have service though where I was to reply to the messages that I was getting. And so I went to, so when I got home, I texted my boyfriend and I told him immediately. I was like, I think I cheated on you. I was like, I'm so sorry. I don't know where this came from. I don't know how this happened. I was like bawling my eyes out. I was like, yo, I was like, if you break up with me and hate me forever, I completely understand. I was like, all I remember is that I got really, really drunk. I don't even remember what happened, and neither does the guy that I was laying in the back of the truck with. So he was just like, he was so hurt. He was like, this is what's gonna happen. And honestly, like it was so mature of him. Like it was crazy because he was only like 15 at the time. But he was like, this is what's gonna happen. One or three things. Either one, we break up. When I tell you I read that and I was like, like my whole heart, I was like, oh my God, no, I don't want. But then he was like, you never talk to that guy again. Or we never, or something. There was some other third choice. And I was like, I'll never talk to him again. I don't even know him like that. Like, we don't ever have to speak again. I will never go to a party out there again. Never, ever, ever. I will never drink unless it's with people that I'm really, really close to, because I wasn't close to any of those people I went to that party with. That was the big, stupid mistake of mine, is that none of my homies, none of the people that I was really effing with that I knew would have had my back and made sure that I didn't go into the back of a pickup truck with someone, none of them went with me. So that happened. We literally, after that, there was so much distrust, but also it was almost as if everything went back to normal. It was like there was vibes. Like I could feel that he didn't trust me, but he never acted on it. He never did anything wrong to me that I know of. He always treated me so well. Like he really treated me so good, especially the first 2 years of our relationship. Like I could not complain. Like he was so wonderful to me, even when I didn't deserve it, because I was a drama queen. I would blow things out of proportion and get dramatic and extra with him. I would take something that was a small situation and make it a big situation. I mean, I was like a teenager, like an early teenager at that. But that situation, that was probably the worst thing I ever did. The reason why I'm telling this story, I probably would have told the story eventually anyway, but the reason why I'm telling this story right now is because a few months ago, I heard from the guy again. And he was like, do you remember me? I was like, yes, I do. And we were conversing. And then we started conversing in a group chat with everybody that was involved. Not everybody that was involved, but like the group that we were in. Like it was like a few of us that would hang out like multiple times. And then he would hang out with them multiple times. And that was kind of like how we were connected, because we both hung out with the same group. But we just never really hung out with the group at the same time. I don't know how to describe it, but so we ended up in a group chat, and they was like, yo, you remember that night? We all got so shit-faced, da-da-da-da. And then he told me, he was like, yo, I just realized we never talked again after that next day. I remembered what happened that night. And everybody was like, oh, y'all didn't know what had happened? And I'm sitting there like, hold up, everybody needs to tell me. To this day, I was like, so did we sleep together? Did I actually cheat? Like, what happened? And everybody was telling me what happened, and what had actually happened was me and him were both so drunk, he couldn't drive me home. He was the person that was supposed to drive me home. I had forgotten that detail. I remember us talking about who was going to take me home, and it was actually him. He was too drunk to drive me home, and I was throwing up. And so he passed out, and they put him in the back of the truck. And then I didn't have any other way to get home because everybody else could walk home from where we were. And so I just slept. I guess I didn't want to stay in his house by myself. I don't remember what the deal was, or we couldn't stay in whatever house we were in. I don't remember what the situation was because they didn't remember either. They just said, or they didn't say. They just said that I just climbed in the back of the truck and went to sleep because he was my ride home. And that was it. Like, we didn't even talk. Like, he had passed out before I got in the truck. And then when I got in the truck, I had a separate blanket and everything. And I had fell asleep next to him. But I was drunk and throwing up. So literally the whole night, I just kept getting, they said before everybody left us, I had kept getting up periodically to puke and then lay back down. And both me and him, because both me and him were the most drunk, but neither one of us even made an attempt to do anything with each other. Y'all. When I read that, I started crying again, and this was just a few months ago, only because I'm not that kind of person. And to think of myself as the kind of person who would get drunk and then do something like that kind of really made me feel some type of way. And to know that I didn't, like, you know, y'all already saw the last story time where I cheated, and that was actually intentional. But other than that relationship, like, that's not who I am. That's not my blood. That's not the type of person that I am. I'm not a disloyal person. So it made me feel good to know that even when I'm intoxicated to that extent, I don't do anything that I shouldn't do. So I felt really good about that. So I actually ended up texting my ex-boyfriend. I was like, yo, you remember that night when I thought I cheated on you? Da-da-da-da. He was like, yeah. So come to find out, I didn't. And he was like, LOL. And we were just like, LOL. Because it was so long ago. Like, now we're both over it. It wasn't something that, like, we harbored. It didn't even actually, after that, our relationship got a lot stronger. So it wasn't like, but it was crazy. I am still to this day just like, what the freak? Why do I not remember anything from that night? But I am grateful that everybody could confirm for me that I didn't do anything crazy. They was like, I wasn't twerking like everybody else was twerking. I was just as drunk, and I was laughing and acting rambunctious, but I wasn't twerking on different guys like everybody else was. They said I was real chill, and all I kept saying, and I kept talking about my boyfriend. I was just like, oh, I wish Bae was here. I would be giving him like all of that, you know, drunk talk. So, and I'm just, y'all, like, I'm so glad. That's pretty much what happened, you guys. That is a story. That is a story of the second time that I thought I cheated on my boyfriend, and I actually didn't. It turns out that I'm not as terrible a person as I thought I was. I hope you guys enjoyed that story time. If you did, then give this video a thumbs up. If you've made it to this point in the video, then give me a music note emoji. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have not already, subscribe and turn on the notification bell, because I do these every week. And during YouTuber, you're gonna get more story times. Like, it's not gonna be just once a week. It's gonna be like a lot of story times. I'm gonna just be splattering story times here and there and everywhere, because your girl got stories. Y'all already know that my life is a mess and stuff just be happening to me. So I'm gonna be telling all types of stories. I have so much drama to just unleash on y'all, so be prepared. And yeah, so I will see you guys. Subscribe, turn the notification bell so you do not miss out on the storytime videos. And if you like all the entrepreneurship videos, stay for that. If you like girl boss videos, stay for that. Self-development and motivation, stay for that. If you like vlogs, stay for that, because I am super duper versatile up in here. So yeah. Oh, hair videos too, y'all, because I got those coming. Y'all finna see a whole bunch of those on YouTuber too. Well, I'll see you guys in the next video.